What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love power, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today we will be talking about Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. When Jukebox'S mom returns, will it make things worse? And we talking about worse for your girl Jukebox. That is the topic of discussion in today's videos. I want you guys to let me know exactly what you think about it. Of course, I'm going to break it down for you guys, give you some different scenarios, and we're going to discuss this. Now, make sure you checked out my last few videos. I dropped a lot of videos for you guys yesterday, including the episode 10 what to expect video to get you guys ready for the season finale. I also dropped a Power Book 2 Ghost video about your girl Monet getting clapped up by Mecca. And I also dropped a Power Universe video about, of course, the history between the father and son parallels throughout the history of all these shows. So check those videos out. Keep yourself updated on all the latest Power news. You already know I will continue to drop more content as time goes. But let's talk about this, man. Your girl Jukebox, she went through a lot in the last episode, y'all. A whole lot. Now, we know that your girl Latoya Luckett is playing Jukebox's mother. Her name is Kenya. I talked about this, of course, a few weeks back about her character. Everybody wants to know more about her. Now, what we do know about Jukebox's mom, Kenya, is that she left the family when Jukebox was real young to pursue her music career in LA. Now, we know that Marvin and Lulu had a little bit of an argument earlier on in the season. And Lulu pretty much says, well, your ex left you, your baby's mom left you for a New York Knick, and then he passed her around to the whole league, turned her out pretty much. So we know that she probably does not have the best history, right? She probably was getting passed around. I doubt this is a fake story. And based off how Marvin was talking about Jukebox's mom in the last episode, 9 times out of 10, it is true, right? So we know in the last episode, Marvin was very upset about what Jukebox has done with Nicole. And this whole scene right here, man, I know a lot of people had different opinions about what happened, who was right, who was wrong. At the end of the day, we know things like this actually do happen. And this scene was so realistic, very realistic, man. It actually seemed like it was going down for real. But we know at the end of the day, communication, in my opinion, was the biggest thing. You know what I'm saying? Becoming better at communication. Of course, we know Jukebox came in. All of a sudden, Marvin's running his mouth about her, about what she's doing, dogging at her moms. You know what I'm saying? He's telling Jukebox, this is where you get all this from your mom's side of the family. They all freaks and all that stuff. Pretty much dogging her out. Now, of course, could this have went another way? Yes, maybe Marvin could have said, look, can I sit down? Can we talk? At the end of the day, we know Marvin was very upset. This is why I say, if I learned anything about this scene, was having good communication is a key factor, man. Good communication and just overall respect is something that you need to have on both parts. I mean, hell, if you go in talking like the way Marvin was talking, then when Jukebox spits in his face, which we know was very disrespectful, we know what Marvin was doing and saying was disrespectful as well. But at the end of the day, it's just poor communication. That's what I looked at it as, just straight up poor communication. Things could have turned out completely different if it was just to sit down and talk about what's going on. But you already know this was very realistic. So things like this probably would not have happened, especially back in 91. It's kind of hard to say what a person should have done after the fact, but they can learn from all of this. You know what I'm saying? Marvin felt bad about everything that happened because he broke down. He was crying. He knew he messed up. He didn't really want to do this, right? We know once Jukebox spit in his face, he snapped. You know what I'm saying? He just flat out snapped and went straight at it. Even after that, he stopped, and then they continued to go because Jukebox didn't let it go, and they just kept going back and forth, man. I know a lot of people had different opinions about who was right, who was wrong. As I said earlier, hopefully people can learn from this incident right here. A very realistic incident. And I know it's times that we have issues with people that we have a difference of opinion about, and we may be angry about it, right? But if we just sit down and talk about it in a better way, things can turn out completely different. Completely different. And also you have to build a relationship up with that person, especially if it's your child. Having a solid relationship with your kid is key as well. Kind of hard to have, topics of discussion with them about difficult things when you don't even have a good rapport with them. So that's one thing that Marvin and Jukebox don't have. The description of Marvin's character even says that they don't have the best relationship. We knew this going in that it was going to be a tough relationship between the two. So just learn from it at the end of the day, and we can become better, man. Just learn from our mistakes. But let's just talk about Jukebox's mom returning. You know what I'm saying? After everything that just happened, and after episode 9, and she's going to come in season 2, we know that she's going to be coming back, and she's going to be heavy in the church. Now, in her description, it says that she returned to New York 3 years ago, and she's in Harlem right now, and she's, heavy in the church. So based off that description, Jukebox's mom is already there in New York. She's just in Harlem, right? Now, in season 2, we know she's going to be introduced, and 9 times out of 10, Jukebox and her are going to have a relationship. The question is, how will that relationship go? We don't really know, but based off her mother's past, and we keep hearing all these rumors about her mom, she probably did not have the best past. So if anybody can understand what Jukebox is going through, I would think her mom will be able to understand those things. But that doesn't mean that she's going to be willing to just be nice to Jukebox and whatever. She may be very judgmental. We already know based off the description saying that she's going to be deep in church. We already get that judgmental type mentality going. It does not necessarily mean that's going to happen, but it could be an option. It could be, something that her mom is all about. And her mom definitely needs to answer some questions on why she left. What is really going on? She just left her daughter? You know what I'm saying? Like, really? You left. You have some explaining to do, in my opinion. Especially if you were deep in the church, you're trying to change her life. You would think she would try to fix some things with her daughter. So we know Jukebox is going to have those questions. And also, this is where she gets her talent from, her mother. She gets all that singing talent from her mother. So at the end of the day, a lot of questions need to be asked. Hopefully, her mom can make things better. As of right now, based off her description, we don't have too much. But if we basing it off, the church mentality, and y'all already seen how Marvin was talking about, God don't like this stuff and all that. That type of judgmental mentality, especially in 1991, it's not going to help Jukebox at all. It's going to make things worse between her and her mother. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully she can be understanding and they can build a relationship. I got a feeling that she may try to change Jukebox. She may try to get her in the church or whatever and trying to change her ways. But you already know that's not going to happen at all. Jukebox ain't changing. She's not changing. She's only going to get worse. But eventually she's going to have to at least get her mind straight, especially if she's going to be a part of this whole police force down the road. But I can't wait to see her mom come into the picture. I want to see how she interacts with Jukebox as well as Marvin. You know what I'm saying? Because I know he's going to have some questions as well. That's going to be a very interesting scene to see both parents in the same scene together. And hopefully we see more of Marvin and Jukebox and more scenes together. I know a lot of the fans was asking, and we talking about the whole season, why don't we see Jukebox and Marvin together? Why haven't we seen a lot of scenes of the two? Which, you're right, we haven't seen a whole lot of them, right? And when we did see them, it was always awkward. Jukebox didn't really want to deal with Marvin. Of course, it was times that Marvin was coming at Jukebox very disrespectful in past episodes. So it goes right along with the description of how they don't have the best relationship. So it is what it is with that, man. But at the end of the day, I'm believing that Jukebox's mom will return and, possibly try to fix things, but it may not work. And based off how Jukebox turned out, y'all, 9 times out of 10 is probably not going to work. Only time will tell. We will see the full details of how everything played out. Remember, we don't know everything. I know a lot of people will be basing stuff off the original Power and saying this happened because the original Power said this. Well, we don't know all the nicks and crannies. We don't know all the details of what really happened. So we have to watch the show and see how it plays out and what they want to add within this story. But you guys let me know, man, what do you think about Jukebox's mom returning? How do you see it playing out? Do you believe her mom will make things worse or possibly make things better for her daughter? We gonna see, man. But thank you guys for all the love, all the support. Continue to follow the playlist. We're going to continue to get you guys ready for episode 10, the season finale, which will be airing this weekend. I cannot wait. But thank you guys for all the love, all the support, and I will catch y'all on the next one. But let me get up on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.